Before the filters and fame, there was just Kenzie Rain, a quiet, creative girl from a small Missouri town, tucked away from the world's spotlight. Her days were filled with the gentle rhythms of rural life, where everyone knew your name, but few really knew your dreams. She preferred sketchbooks to parties, the library to football games, and often felt invisible, which suited her just fine. Kenzie found comfort in her art and stories, quietly observing the world from the sidelines, content to let others take center stage. Everything changed with TikTok. What started as quirky low-stakes videos, lip syncs, dances, small-town skits unexpectedly went viral. Suddenly her small world grew bigger, and strangers everywhere were watching her every move. Kenzie's charm was her authenticity. She was the girl next door who found her voice online, sharing her real self with a growing audience who saw themselves in her. As her following exploded, so did her confidence. The shy artist became a social media star, learning to embrace the spotlight and the opportunities it brought. Within 2 years, Kenzie was a brand, not just a person. Companies wanted her endorsement, and fans sent her letters from all over the country. She moved to Kansas City, trading small-town comfort for a whirlwind of brand deals, curated content, and the fast pace of city life. Everything seemed to be falling into place. Her life looked perfect. Sponsorships, a trendy apartment, millions of fans. To outsiders, she was living the dream, but reality was more complicated. But behind the flawless posts, the pressure to stay relevant was relentless. Every day brought new expectations, and the fear of fading away haunted her. For every viral hit, there were failures and trolls. The need to perform never stopped, and criticism stung more than she let on. Kenzie, still that quiet girl at heart, felt trapped by her own persona. The mask of confidence was hard to take off. The line between Kenzie the person and Kenzie the influencer blurred, leaving her vulnerable and unsure of who she really was. Someone was watching, waiting to exploit that vulnerability. The attention she craved now felt threatening. The stage was set for a drama far darker than any TikTok skit. The world was watching, but so was something else. Fame had found Kenzie Rain, but so had danger, lurking just beyond the glow of her screen. Behind Kenzie's meteoric rise was Travis Dean, her boyfriend, her manager, and the person who seemed to always be one step ahead in her life. Some would even say he was more than just a manager. He was her controller, orchestrating every move she made. Travis was fiercely ambitious, seeing Kenzie's growing online fame as their golden ticket out of ordinary life, a chance to build something bigger than themselves. He pushed her to post more, manage deals, and chase every new trend, shaping her brand from the shadows. At first it seemed like the perfect partnership, Kenzie's creativity, Travis's drive, but his support soon twisted into something darker, control disguised as care. Friends noticed Travis was always there, critiquing her every post, isolating her from her old life and the people who cared about her. Their relationship turned toxic. Arguments erupted over the smallest things, jealousy simmered beneath the surface, and possessiveness became the new normal. Travis monitored her messages, questioned her every move, and their fights grew louder, echoing through their apartment late into the night. To fans, they were a power couple, glamorous, inseparable, and always smiling for the camera. But behind closed doors, Travis held all the power. The breakup was inevitable, and it was messy. Kenzie wanted independence, a chance to reclaim her life. Travis, however, refused to let go, clinging to the control he'd built. He bombarded her with calls and threats, insisting he made her and could just as easily destroy everything she'd worked for. Even after she left, his presence lingered, a menacing shadow over her new life, making it hard for her to truly feel free. Kenzie tried to move on, to rebuild herself, but Travis wouldn't disappear, haunting her every step. The tension between them was building to a breaking point, each encounter more volatile than the last. The influencer's spotlight had a dark side, and Travis was determined not to be left in the shadows, no matter the cost. The threat was real, and it was closing in, making every day feel like a battle for safety and peace. Kenzie's independence would come at a cost, but she was determined to fight for it, no matter how high the price. One Tuesday night, Kenzie went live on TikTok, her bedroom softly lit, the world outside unaware of what was about to unfold. It started as just another get ready with me session, the kind her followers had seen countless times before. She chatted, laughed, and promoted her favorite products, her fans flooding the comments with hearts and questions, eager for her attention. But then, something felt off. A sudden shift in her expression, a pause that lingered just a little too long. A shadow flickered in the mirror behind her, barely visible but impossible to ignore. A dull thump echoed from the kitchen, distant but chilling in the quiet of the night. Kenzie's smile faltered. "Just my cat," she joked, though her followers knew she didn't have one. The tension was palpable, her eyes darting off camera. Her hands trembled as she tried to steady her voice. She kept glancing over her shoulder, searching for reassurance that never came. Comments shifted. "Is someone there? Blink twice if you need help." Concern rippled through the chat, viewers sensing something was wrong. Another shadow crossed the floor. Kenzie's fear was unmistakable, her voice barely above a whisper. Abruptly, the livestream ended, her face frozen in panic, the screen cutting to black in an instant. Fans were left staring at a black screen, stunned and confused, their hearts pounding as they waited for any sign she was okay. The video was instantly clipped and shared everywhere, spreading like wildfire across social media platforms. What began as a routine stream became Exhibit A in a real-life mystery, drawing the attention of police and internet sleuths alike. The performance was over. Something terrifying had happened off-camera, leaving only questions behind. The internet exploded with theories and concern, every detail analyzed and debated in real time. Kenzie's followers had witnessed something real, and possibly dangerous. The sense of helplessness was overwhelming. The line between content and crisis had vanished, blurring reality and performance in a way no one expected. The world was watching and Kenzie was missing, her fate now a chilling mystery that haunted everyone who saw it. The internet mobilized instantly. Fan forums and Discord servers became makeshift war rooms, analyzing every frame of the livestream. The shadow, the thump, Kenzie's nervous glances, nothing was overlooked. Audio was enhanced, floor plans mapped and timelines built. The "I don't have a cat" moment became a viral clue. Old posts about Travis resurfaced, his controlling behavior now seen as a red flag. Public records of his temper and altercations were unearthed. The theory Travis, the obsessive ex, had invaded Kenzie's apartment. Hashtags like #FindKenzie and #HelpKenzieRain trended worldwide. Fans cross-referenced social media posts from neighbors for any sign of trouble. The digital community felt responsible, they'd been invited into her life and now they were the only witnesses. The investigation was crowdsourced, relentless and emotional. The truth was out there, but so was a storm of speculation. The internet had become both detective and jury. The real story was just beginning to surface. Thousands of online tips forced Kansas City police to act. At first they suspected a hoax, but the evidence was too compelling. Travis Dean's parents filed a missing person report. He hadn't been seen in over a day. Police obtained a warrant and entered Kenzie's apartment. She was there, shaken, but alive. The apartment was a mess, a shattered vase, a stained rug, cleaning supplies out in the open. Luminol revealed blood traces, even after a thorough cleanup. Kenzie's phone showed panicked texts. "He's here, I don't know what to do." With Travis missing and evidence of violence, Kenzie was no longer just a victim. She became the prime suspect in a possible homicide. The influencer's perfect world had shattered. The investigation was now deadly serious. Kenzie told police Travis broke in, threatened her, and she acted in self-defense. She described a desperate struggle, grabbing a kitchen knife as he lunged at her. She claimed panic drove her to clean up, terrified of the consequences. Her story, a victim pushed to the edge by an abusive ex, but forensics told a different story, multiple blows, significant blood, and a digital trail of suspicious searches. How to get away with self-defense and what does bleach do to blood evidence? All searched before the livestream. The evidence contradicted her narrative. Was Kenzie a battered woman who snapped, or was this premeditated? With no body, the case was circumstantial, a web of conflicting stories. The truth was murky, and the stakes were life or death. The legal battle would be fought in court and online. The world demanded answers, but the evidence only raised more questions. News of Kenzie's arrest split the internet. #Kenzie did nothing trended. Supporters saw her as a victim fighting back. They pointed to Travis's history, raising money for her defense. #Justice for Travis painted her as a manipulator, citing the cleanup and search history. Travis's family insisted he was heartbroken, not dangerous. Social media became a battleground, every detail dissected, every motive debated. TikTok was flooded with videos, some casting Kenzie as a hero, others as a villain. The truth was lost in the noise. The case became a symbol of domestic violence, victim blaming, and the dangers of online fame. People chose sides, projecting their own beliefs onto the story. Kenzie was no longer just a person, she was a cultural flashpoint. The digital civil war raged on. True crime influencers seized the case, analyzing every detail for millions of viewers. They dissected police reports, body language, and even old baking videos for hidden clues. Every post, caption, and emoji became potential evidence. Travis's digital life was also scrutinized. Playlists, tweets, and photos reinterpreted through the lens of the crime. Theories spread like wildfire, blurring fact and speculation. Some online sleuths uncovered real leads, others fueled conspiracy and misinformation. The public became active participants, shaping the narrative before a jury was ever chosen. The line between investigation and entertainment vanished. The influencer detectives had turned a tragedy into content. The search for truth was now a viral obsession. As of June 8, 2025, Kenzie Rain stands charged with second-degree murder. She pleads not guilty, claiming self-defense against years of abuse. The prosecution argues her actions were calculated, not panicked. The body of Travis Dean has never been found, fueling endless speculation. For some, the missing body is proof of guilt. For others, it's reasonable doubt. The internet remains divided, the case a fixture in true crime culture. It's a cautionary tale about fame, identity, and the dark side of online life. Did the audience play a role? Was Kenzie a victim of her own persona? Just before her accounts were frozen, Kenzie posted one last message. The brightest lights cast the darkest shadows. You only ever saw the light. Soon you'll see the rest. The post went viral, interpreted as confession, warning, or plea. It hangs over the case, a haunting final word from an influencer whose story is no longer hers to control. The world waits for the truth. The final reveal is yet to come.